We need to do something with those mine cars. The boys are back in town!
Let's go topside and see what kind of trouble we can get into.
Find this spot fast. Good luck. Excellent. You did it.
This place looks as bad as my old bedroom back home.
Jack! Over here!
Samos! Kira!
Ah, Samos! Still as green as the stuff between my toes.
See, Kira? I knew I could feel Jack's energy. My boy, it's good to see you again. Those passageways below the palace, they must be terribly important. The metalheads and KG robots are advancing toward them, and we can't hold out forever.
So, the city needs me again, huh? What else is new?
Vega has turned on the force fields here.
Beager's the one who attacked the palace. He said he was looking for something below. Something in the catacombs.
Well, you're just going to have to find whatever it is before he does. But first, you'll need to find another way into this section of the city. Take the sewers into the port, then find a way north to reach us. And Jack, we're sorry for what happened. We should have stopped Vega.
I'll stop him myself.
Here's a really tough one. Find this one, and I'll be impressed. But then again, I'm a tough audience.
naughty, Otzel. Honey, I'm home.
Jack, I never thought I'd see you again.
Torn? What are you doing to my place?
We needed a southern HQ for the war. Plus, I kinda like the sign with the Otzel head outside.
Yeah, it's cool, huh?
We use it for target practice.
Hey!
Listen, I'm sorry we couldn't stop Count Viger. We all are.
We just saw Viger. He's trying to use precursor technology for something.
Figures. That guy always was one monk short of a choir. We have bigger problems now. Viger sent me on a suicide attack into the port, and we got cut off. Now we can't get back to Freedom HQ. Our forces are divided, and the KG and Metalhead fronts are squeezing us from both sides.
Never fear, the Trouble Twins are here.
Uh-oh. Speaking of trouble, we've got incoming blast bots from the KG City section. They're heading this way. Can you handle it, Jack?
Okay, so we got a little fear. But Jack is here.
It's a big attack!
Try switching hover zones.
Hit the bomb right at him, Jack.
Great shooting, Jack. It's nice to have you back. Come back to the Nayatso and let's talk about how we're gonna get our butts out of this mess.
I got a bad feeling.
Ashlyn, this is Torn. Jack's back in the city.
Jack? I knew I could count on you.
That new KG leader's probably pissing in his... Wait, someone's jamming the signal. I think...
Errol.
I live! Still fighting for the weak link, Jack? Well, I've had a few enhancements since we last met. Even the metalheads have their biological weakness. But me? I'm pure metal. I'd love to meet you again.
We must unite our forces or we're through. You've got to reach us, Jack.
We need you to break through and link up with us before it's too late. The KG robots are growing stronger. That floating war factory of theirs is spitting out more robots every day.
We need to assault the KG front. If we can break through their defenses, we may be able to get back to HQ and link up. Care to make some noise, Jack?
We're always up for a little rumble. Hey, Dax?
Fish in a barrel, baby. Fish in a barrel. I'll handle this.
Okay, you're hot and heavy. Don't run into anything, or you and that missile are toast.
Out of the way, Roadhog!
Go, baby, go! fly it, buddy. The missile's almost fully armed. Keep going.
Dexter! You're back! Oh, did that mean old desert burn your itty-bitty paws?
Hey, Test Baby, don't crush the merchandise. How's biz?
I'm designing new guns to help out the war effort.
You make guns now?
Yeah, I just finished this new gun. It sports a multi-port, large-bore, gyro-burst launcher with blowback breach assist, using full-jacket, eco-depleted armor-piercing slugs, and a continuous kill zone scanner for tight groupings at a high cycle rate of fire. It's a hobby. Not so fast. First, you have to prove you can protect my little schnookums in the new gun course. Not bad shooting, Jack. For a guy. Now, I want you to protect my little baby with this, or else I'll hunt you down and hurt you real bad. okay?
Wow! I didn't know you had so much.
Do you remember the city, Jack? Find this spot before time runs out for a prize. Good work. You haven't lost it.
The city's lost! I got a bad feeling about it. We've got some KG defenses we need eliminated. Super range sniper cannons are keeping our men pinned down. Jack, you need to find those hidden cannons and take them out. There's sure to be an enemy counterattack when they see what you're up to, so watch out. You know the routine.
Yeah, we do all the work. You get all the credit.
I'm back me 10 metal hits this week.
You gotta take out those turbo cannons, Jack. It's got a bead on you. Move. You took one out. Now get the rest. It's got a bead on you. Move. Good work, Jack. That'll help us maneuver better. I'd say we've got him worried. Here's another get-to challenge. Time's counting. Doc. You're looking like the hero I remember.
Jack, I need you to go into the sewers, into the Metalhead City section. We need to attack their hive from below, and the sewers are the only way in right now. We haven't been in those old passageways since the war broke out, but no scouts have reported movement down there.
That's a good thing, right?
I mean, no scouts have ever come back alive to tell us.
Oh. Ow! Still giving us the crappy missions, huh?
Dark, dirty, dangerous. I'm beginning to like this war.
I'm tired of this war. We lost this war a long time ago. For the guard!
Here's another great place to evaluate the performance of the jet board. Try to get enough points here as well. You can really tear up the concrete with that baby. Good work. Here's a really tough one. Find this one, and I'll be impressed. I lied. I'm not impressed. But then again, I'm a tough audience.
This is Ashlyn. I'm glad you're back in the fight. You're behind enemy lines now, so watch yourself. I need you to take out a cache of Dark Eco near the Southport border. We have reports that the metalheads are using it to create terrible Dark Eco weapons to infect the city. We've got to stop that at all cost. Good luck, soldier.
here. While you're near the entrance to South Haven Forest, could you please go check out reports of a Dark Eco infestation there? It seems someone is still experimenting with Dark Eco. If you find infected plants, you must destroy them before they spread. There are some ancient precursor pillars in the forest that may have a link to the catacombs. But if the metalheads overrun the place, we'll never know for sure. Make me proud.
Jack, you can kill those plants with your jet board. Just scoop up green eco energy and then lay it down over the plants.
some of the oldest artifacts we've ever found. Barr wrote that there were some ancient ruins to the west that were activated by 5 special artifacts and revealed wondrous truths. I'll see what I can find out.
Jack, we've located 4 critical power junctions that, if destroyed, could drop some of their shields. Our bang expert Jinx can blow the junctions if you can get him to each one and protect him while he's laying the charges. You remember Jinx? He's waiting in a vehicle outside. Happy blasting.
Hey there, pretty boy. You ready to rock and rumble? Cover me, Goldilocks. I'll be right back. Let's roll! This baby's gonna blow! I'll sit in silence. You watch my ass! Let's get out of here! We ain't getting any younger!
Jack, you did it. You've got us deeper into KG territory.
Nice work, Jackie boy. I'm gonna go see what I can scrounge up. See you on the flip side.
We've got word of a shipment of eco being delivered somewhere in the KG City section. I think it's worth stealing. I want you to go in and find the vehicle with the eco, then drive it back out to the Naughty Oxel in one piece. I'm sure they'll try to stop you, but we need that eco for the war effort. Remember, don't lose the shipment.